Hello YouTube and fellow Star Wars collectors! On this episode of Toys Are the Way, we'll be taking a look at the latest addition to the Vintage Collection's Army Builder 4-pack, the X-Wing pilots from the Rebel Alliance and New Republic. Additionally, we'll be setting them up for some action figure photography. Welcome back everyone. So as many of you know, these Trooper releases have been an excellent option for TVC fans who want to quickly add reinforcements to their displays, troop formations, and action figure photography. Now, typically this has been a great way to build out the ranks in specific 375 legions, and while some of the latest releases have presented collectors with an army building challenge due to the inclusion of unique characters like Captain Enoch or Waxer, this new X-Wing pilot set includes some great new portraits that are ideal for head swaps and is a nice addition to the Vintage Collection 4-pack lineup. You know that I personally like aliens and doing all sorts of custom, so I will certainly be adding a few more of these sets to my collection. But with all that being said, let's take a closer look at the packaging and figures. So once again, we have our standard Army Builder 4-pack design with a black and white illustration of the characters inside, paired with a nice pop of color. We have the Star Wars logo followed by a simplified name pill for the X-Wing pilots located towards the bottom of the box, using the standard black and white design. Naturally, we have a phenomenal pop of bright orange for the X-Wing pilots, but sadly, no pop of yellow for the visors, which I personally think would have really added some nice shelf value to this set. Taking a look at the side of the packaging, we have an additional image of the Diorama X-Wing pilot, which is a wonderful new addition to the spine of these 4-packs and a huge plus for anyone who's looking to display these on their shelves. As per usual, the remaining sides of the box simply have the less than visually appealing warning labels and additional info that's needed for retail. Taking a look at the back of the packaging, we have a black and white illustration depicting the exact 4 figures included in this set, a total of 2 aliens and 2 human pilots. Additionally, it's nice to see some gender diversity included with this set, as we have not seen any female pilots added to the line for quite some time. And if you're new to collecting, or these Army Builder 4-packs, each pilot is individually wrapped in tissue paper along with their Rebel pilot or New Republic helmet, while one final bag holds all the Rebel blasters. 3 DH-17s and 3 DL-44s. Sadly, the set does not include any additional helmets or portraits, which I personally think would be a very smart inclusion for future 4-packs. Taking a look at the figures out of the packaging, they are something that we are very familiar with in the Vintage Collection. These are pretty much kit bashes and repaints of the existing Luke Skywalker X-Wing pilot body. And, you know, we just saw that figure as part of the A New Hope wave. It was repacked in there. I did have a review on my channel if you're curious or don't have that figure for some reason. But yeah, it's great to see more pilots. I'm a big fan of, you know, the X-Wing pilot in general, so pretty cool to get this. And I did want to take a closer look at the Duro figure, seeing as he's got a little bit more new on him. So it is the Luke Skywalker X-Wing pilot body, but they put the Cad Bane hands on here, painted them black to match the gloves, and I think that was a really smart move. It looks fantastic. Then on top of it, we got this nice new head sculpt. This is the second Duro character being added to the Vintage Collection. Of course, Cad Bane was the first, but nice to see some more random aliens in our collections, and this most likely means we'll be getting one for our Cantina. I don't see why they wouldn't, you know. This is pretty much all you kind of need to get us a figure like that. Also, his helmet, pretty cool here. He's got a Rebellion one with some nice paint applications on it. And yeah, I will say that his head doesn't seem as elongated as some Duros that you see in the Clone Wars, or even, you know, the ones in the Cantina. I feel like they kind of made it a little bit shorter, just so like the helmet would fit on and the visor would actually line up with his eyes, which is totally fine with me personally. Cad Bane from like the live action appearance didn't really have such a long head, so I think that looks pretty cool. Other than that, like I said, this is all the articulation that we're very familiar with. Unfortunately, we have the old style ball jointed hips, which, you know, are pretty good, but, you know, definitely the new barbell system is much better. And unfortunately, he doesn't have any rocker ankles, but he does have a lot of ball joints all over, and, you know, pretty good crunch here. He's got a lot of articulation. You'll be able to do some pretty good poses, which we'll see in just a moment. But yeah, all in all, pretty happy with what we got here. I will say that, unfortunately, you know, with these Army Builder 4-packs, they do skimp a little bit on some of the paint applications just to, you know, help the cost stay down. And you don't see any silver paint applications there whatsoever. None on this bandolier either. And I do think the QC on, like, this part right here is just, you know, a little dodgy in my opinion, but the helmet is very clean, so that's great. And yeah, for the most part, very happy to see these figures added to the line. Taking a look at our first New Republic X-Wing pilot, we have this wonderful new female portrait with her hair pulled backwards, and we see some pretty decent detail there in terms of the sculpting on her hair. We've got a nice New Republic X-Wing pilot helmet that's pretty simple in design and has that symbol there with some blue markings here and there on the top and sides. Overall, a very good looking figure. Moving right along, we have our second female character, who is actually an alien Mary Allen pilot, and this is a very cool one to see added to the vintage collection. She sports a Rebel Alliance helmet, and it's just a very nice breath of fresh air in terms of getting more aliens and diverse background characters added to our shelf displays. She has some really nice detail on her hair and braids as well. Also fighting for the Rebellion, we have this unnamed Duro character who has some wonderful paint applications and sculpting on this new alien portrait. His Rebel Alliance helmet has some blue markings on it, along with some red ones, and overall looks really nice. The figure is fully articulated, but does have those old style hips and a lack of rocker ankles, but you are still able to pose him quite well. Finishing off our Army Builder 4-pack, we have this unidentified male character who flies for the New Republic and ensures safety in the Outer Rim. As you can see, the character is able to do a kneeling pose and shoot the blaster in a very realistic manner. Although I will say it is a bit of a shame that there is no silver paint applications on the blaster whatsoever. Each one of these portraits adds a lot to the vintage collection in terms of diversity on our shelf displays and dioramas. We are able to take these heads, pop them off, and put them on different Imperial or Rebel Alliance figures and just get very creative with our collections. I personally would like to see Hasbro include more heads and helmets in these types of packs. That really allows us to kit bash a lot of diversity on our shelves. But with all that being said, let's take these figures and put them into a diorama setting. I hope you've enjoyed this video and taking a look at the latest addition to the Vintage Collection's Army Builder 4-pack, the X-Wing pilots from the New Republic and Rebel Alliance. Feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And don't forget to smash a like on this video and subscribe if you're new to the channel. It really helps and is always greatly appreciated. Thanks everyone, and may the Force be with you.